I know this woman that I followed for years, and I just think she is the goddamn bee's knees. She's a Taurus like me. She'll be 41 like in a couple of days. Her name is Myleik Till. She's the CEO of Curlbox, and she's based in like Atlanta, I believe. I think she was born and raised in California. I don't want to say Compton because that seems stereotypical too.
I mean, Serena
Somewhere
was
over there in California. You're right. California though. But one thing that she said, it may be a quote that she has just reposted from someone. So if it belongs to someone else, I do apologize. But where I encountered it was through Myleik. Is that the way to battle, or I think it might have been battle. This is a loose representation of the statement. The way to battle or supersede or get beyond racism is to be excellent in everything you do. And it doesn't have to be in a slave mentality to be like, oh, see that I'm excellent. I'm going to be excellent because I'm going to pass you.
Yes.
That's my mentality. I'm just going to be hold up, y'all. I'm sorry. The whole time we've been sitting here, I'm like, where's my charger? Around my neck.
Oh.
And my phone is about to die.
Oh.
And I just like touched my neck and felt it. Got it. My phone won't die. Anyway. So I think that if we promote excellence in every single thing you do, I tell my kids all the time, no half-assing. Like you could have done better on that. And do better. Like there's no excuse for it. Just be excellent in it. My oldest, he has this teacher who does not like him, and she doesn't even pretend to like him. He had mono, and he still did well in all his classes. So he was out of school for 2 weeks. Somehow he still murdered those grades, and I was so proud of him. Her comment, outside of everyone else, all the other teachers, they put comments when the grades came in like, great, glad to see that he was still able to pull through. He's such an excellent student, blah, blah, blah. Her comment was, he could have done a lot better had it not been for an extended absence. The nigga got a 93 in the class. Get out of here. I want to fight her so bad. And that's something that he's heard through being in school the entire time. Your teacher said, what? Now I got to fight her. He's like, Mom. But yeah, she's the one I had to pull up to during lunch because she just kept picking at him and sending random comments over. So at that time, I worked very close to his school, and I walked over at lunch, and I was like, hi. She's like, oh, hello. Yeah, let's have a conversation, because he is doing well. He's excelling, and you still, that's going to stick with him. That's going to stick with him that, everyone else got my back, and this one teacher, like some folks, they are mentally set up to only remember the negative.
Right.
And it helps them in a way that they can excel because they have to prove that they're better than that. But it's still not good emotionally overall for a long lifespan. You're always going to be stressed thinking that, you're not good enough, and whatever you do is never going to be good enough. So I had to approach her on that and not even bring into, the black man situation of it. But that's where it was coming from, because he's going to be a black
for the
man
rest of his life.
And yeah. And it sucks so bad. So I think that if I will find the actual quote and share it with you guys, and maybe we can repost it if it does belong to someone that's, historic, or I don't know who the fuck it is. It probably does though. We can share it on the Instagram page that, the way to fight racism is excellence. Like our names mean what they mean. Our parents wanted to add flavor to our lives because we have so much to offer.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. So even when it's not just talking about overcoming just because of racism, I was watching, so CrossFit, I'm really into. I really like watching it. So there's one guy on there, his name is Matt Frazier, and they have these.
What's CrossFit?
You said, what's CrossFit?
Like workout? You like watching people work out? You
Wait,
like watching
so it? Yes.
You
saw the stuff that they were able to do, it is amazing.
So wait, you're watching it like a TV show?
There's this documentary called, I think it's Fittest Person in the World, and it's about the CrossFit Games.
That sounds better, because I thought you just were watching people
like YouTube videos.
So they are.
That is counterproductive.
So actually, fun fact: when I was a kid, I used to always watch X Games every year. Like I was really into like
That's different. But CrossFit is for you to do it too. So now you're saying it's a documentary. You're watching how people. That makes more sense. The way I was like,
I thought you was watching YouTube videos.
There's two.
Go y'all better work out.
I can't wait for the gym to open. BT Dubs, okay? But he was on there and he was just kind of talking about, he's the best. He always wins. And he's like, when you're just so good, you don't have to go around bragging to people about how good you are. They will they'll do the bragging for you.
Yep.
And I believe that helps people to transcend race, gender, and everything else in the workplace. When you're just that fucking good, you don't gotta tell anybody. They just see it, and they just want you on the team.
Your work product speaks.
That's it.
Yeah. They're like, dang, that whole narrative of your name is in rooms you haven't even stepped foot in is so true. Like, just keep doing what you're doing, and that goes everywhere. That's about work, being a parent, being a spouse, being whoever you are in the community. Like, just be the best and keep your word. Like, sometimes it's hard. Right now, it's hard. We don't want to overextend ourselves, but we still want to be available. Things just don't make sense every single day because it's like, well, okay, here we go again. Another
Wednesday. Every day is Wednesday.
Whatever day of the week it is. But being excellent is important. So yeah.
No. I'm with it.
I don't know who this is.
But I know you did talk about Black as Fuck too.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, can you talk about that?
Okay, so
I thought the show was important.
Okay, let me tell you why.
A lot of people thought it was trash. Go ahead.
It was not as good as Blackish. And we did talk about this a little bit. Would I have thought, like, if Blackish did not exist, would I have thought that Black as Fuck was good? No. I think it wasn't at all relatable. And not even just because they came from money. Because we've seen other Black shows where the family's been rich. Fresh Prince, they were fucking filthy rich.
The Cosby's.
They wasn't this kind of rich.
Uncle Phil was rich enough. If I wish
for,
I had
for the times that we were watching it for the 90s,
I was eating
they
kids.
were rich.
They was rich.
Yeah. They went to like the best school ever and they were talking about going to all kinds. Yeah, no.
And I mean, I feel like there have been instances where this has been done well. I don't think that Rashida Jones was a good cast for the mom. I just don't. I don't think it was believable. I think it was corny.
You don't think it was, wait, you're breaking up. You don't think it was legal?
Believable.
Okay,
I just don't think it was well done.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'll wait.
I just want, when you say with the casting, I just would like for the families to actually look like real Black families. Not every single family. It's hard to believe that your only option is to have somebody that is biracial as the mother. The mother is 9 times out of 10 biracial. Yep. Can we get somebody that is 100% Black and their kids look like that? So like have a real authentic Black family. I understand that they say, by year 2050 or later that the whole world is going to be a mixed race. So that's what they're saying, and we'll see. But for it to be relatable, when I look to the left and to the right at my dinner table, I'm not seeing a Rashida Jones. And I'm not seeing my siblings also with curly hair and freckles and everything like that. We got a lot of pigment to us. So, well, not so much, but enough. More than what she had. So I just would like it to emulate what a Black family is. Because we can have successful Black families and they do not have to be whitewashed.
And I thought...
And I think a lot of the situations that they were going through was whitewashed. There was not so much of a show where they say like the Black gays, the white gays, or like, are you looking at me? Like, all right, can we talk about real issues? Like, I understand they look at us, great. Look at me, I appreciate it. But like, what are the real issues and how is this going to help our community after this is done? I didn't really feel like it helped me at all.
I don't think it was supposed to help. I think it was comic relief. I think as Black people in the current climate, we do want to make sure our issues are known and our conversation is impactful to other folks when they are watching our content. But I also know that shit is heavy. And sometimes you just need to be like, okay, that's wild, and laugh a little bit. There were some things that kind of fell flat, honestly. for me, I think the storyline that Rashida Jones was mixed was there. It didn't come off that we were supposed to think that she was a fully black woman, and her storyline in life is the fact that her mother's a white lady. I don't know who she is or what she does, but her daddy is Quincy Jones. Like, that's her real life. I know there was a lot of social media commentary on like, oh my goodness, I didn't know Rashida Jones was black. Well, that's your problem. I knew she was black. My only thing was, where are the bangs? And I told y'all that. Like, I'm used to the goddamn bangs. Where are the bangs? And the same thing with like Maya Rudolph. Like, I love me some Maya Rudolph. Do y'all not know she black? Do y'all not know that Maya Rudolph's mama is Minnie Rippleton?
Minnie Rippleton.
A black lady. Like, she's a black, she can't help how she came out. I didn't feel any way about, the light skin, curly, wavy situation, because those are my babies. Like, they look like my kids. So it wasn't a thing for me. But if you look at me when I grew up, like, I have siblings who are darker and siblings who are fairer. And it's just, nothing is out of bounds for me. So I think the show put certain black people off. They were like, this isn't black as fuck. But then it's still but that's not fair, guys, because it still comes back to the conversation of us thinking black is only a certain way. He made a point to say, we got a whole lot of money. He was very black with 17 gold chains on every time I turned around, even though he tried to sell the gold chain. Every time I looked up, there were more chains. The children were of mixed race and they were privileged as shit. Maybe it should have been called privileged as fuck, because
I think the title is very misleading.
They were
the kids on Blackish
so
are
they
more
had
black as
no
fuck
idea
than the kids here. Those are real black kids.
That's not fair.
Mixed.
That's not fair for you to take away someone's
mixed-ish
identity because they don't present the same way that you grew up. Like, we just talked about this. So you can't say that one black is more black than the other. Like, if we're trying to say that we are human beings and we should be taken seriously no matter where we are, no matter what, and I want you to not see that I'm black as something that you're rating me on being able to be successful or being able to be competent in a role you want me to be in, as a mother, as an employee, as a community member. Yes, I am black, but my blackness is not your idea of blackness to the outsider. So it's a conversation that needs to be in the inside of the community the same way. My version of black is different from my neighbor's version of black. I know that for sure. They got a motherfucking mattress pressed up against their house right now. And I told you
I'm not even talking about from that perspective. But if you are mixed and black are different. You being of mixed race and you have a black parent and a black parent, that is different. I can't.
Rashida is black, but in the storyline, Rashida is black. Rashida tried to overcompensate for how she presents because she is fairer with looser hair, and people see her, and I think that's a hidden message. Like, people see her as less black, so she definitely tried to overcompensate with the dance moves and the goofy shit, and I'm a ball till I fucking fall, and that nigga in his sweatsuits. I'm like, God damn, like, are y'all serious right now? But it's still their versions of black. Like, I have cousins, I have close relatives who are mixed. Like, I'm not gonna say that they're not black, because that's not fair for me to take away their blackness.
No, I don't.
I'm not taking away that. I'm not saying that they're not black, but I'm saying if I'm listening to the title and I'm saying black as fuck.
My parents is black.
We're all mixed.
Yeah, I go up my tree at least 2 limbs, and they all black. So
I just think it is different. I think it was much more authentic when I watch Blackish and Bo's parents come on there and they talk about how she is mixed, but how she embraces her blackness. That is a very different message than the way that in which this was presented. This was not presented like that.
I think that was the point.
I think that was
the point. If you no, I think it is authentic. I think it's the authenticity lies in the fact that we already know Blackish, and we know that Bo, how she presented, was embracing her blackness. Rashida, being a mixed person, she tried to embrace it, but it came off differently. So it presented differently. So for me, okay, I may have this certain emotional issue, and depending on where I am in life or how comfortable I am or how clear I am, it can present differently. So some people can be raised in